Man United agrees a 90 million pounds extension with Adidas deal. That is scintillating. That is what's coming out to ether today. But what does it mean? Fanbase instantly thinking, oh, this is money for the Glazers. They're going to stay. But I'm here to tell you, not. Stick around, have a coffee, don't blink, and we will be back in 10 seconds to dissect everything.
Has the Premier League ever been more challenging?
Dankjewel. Ik ben welkom. Dit is mijn home and I want to achieve success. Okay?
Yeah, this is our home. This is our church. This is where we heal our hurts. And welcome back to Mufc Realist TV. Mick Ruby here again. It's been a hot minute since we did something about the Glazers. You know, the Glazers out, and the sales process is getting boring, and nothing else is really coming out there. Nothing is circulating around the press other than, you know, media is trying to downplay that we signed Rasmus Højlund and comparing him with silly stats to Erling Haaland and stuff like that. We're not going to dive into that. We're going to talk about what came out today to say that Manchester United agreed a deal with Adidas, an extension for the next 10 years, guarantee them 900 million pounds as a shirt sponsors deal. Now, instantly, I know what people are thinking in the back of the mind. A panic button sets in. They're thinking, oh, this is money for the Glazers. They're going to stay. But we're going to talk about the reasons why this is not going to affect the Glazers or anyone else. And this money is not for the Glazers to be utilized straight away, and how it cannot be enough for them to stay either. So just calm down, chill, cool and composed, because welcome back to the voice of reasoning. It's been a hot minute anyway. Now let's dive right into this story, shall we? Should we just do this? So basically came out today, and we're going to talk about this story that Manchester United has agreed a record fee of 900 million in Adidas kit. We're going to also talk about, to share this, basically what the news is saying this morning is that Manchester United have renewed the kit sponsorship with Adidas in the deal that would be worth about almost 1 billion pounds. It is the biggest kit deal in Premier League history and guarantees United a minimum of 90 million per year for 10 seasons. Now, for 10 seasons. That is awesome. But that doesn't mean that it is money for the Glazers' pockets, right? Adidas has been United's shirt supplier of the last 8 years, and this partnership is now lasting for minimum of 18 years. They've been happy. They're happy. They see something is happening in the future, and they have been committed themselves. Now, can it be that they are committed themselves to the new ownership, or do you think that they are committed themselves to the Glazer family? No, we will talk about that as well. So, under the CEO Richard Arnold added, the relationship between Manchester United and Adidas is one of the most iconic in the world of sport, forged through shared commitment, style, flair, most importantly, high performance. Well, basically through the Glazers hasn't really been high performance, haven't it? At least through financial, right? With its roots in the 80s, our partnership has been reinvented over the past decade. Reinvented, yes, it has been. Now it's been reinvented for another 10 years with some most innovative designs and technology. Yeah, but I don't still like the second away green striped shirt. It really messes up with my ADHD. We are now looking forward for refreshing this powerful partnership again through the remainder of this decade into 2030s. Actually, if you really dissect it, it's to 2035. So Björn Gulden, which is the CEO of Adidas, said, we look forward continuing our partnerships with one of the most iconic clubs in the football, according to the weekly reports. Now, the article really doesn't give you much contents, but if you kind of digging into it, it's clear and obvious, and this is something that I'm going to talk to you about today. Made some calls today. Spoke to the Swedish Rumble as well, just to understand the implication on the FFP. For you guys that don't know Swedish Rumble, he writes beautiful tweets regarding financial legal stuff on Twitter regarding Manchester United. And here's the thing. Here's the thing. This article doesn't mention that this is an extension deal. This only kicks in 2025 as an extension and runs for 10 years period. Now, what does that mean to the club? Well, whoopsie days. One thing is for sure, that the Glazers will not be around in 2025, and they are not going to be profiting from this, because in the midst of the takeover, all we know is 92 Holding Foundation is waiting to receive the keys, and it will benefit them, right? But on a positive note as well, people, on a positive note, this is positive for the FFP. We're talking about financial fair play, or what I call it, financial fake predictions, to be honest. How is it so, Mick? Well, look at it. FFP is a rule that adheres to clubs to spend within the operational means, meaning what you're generating through operational revenues, such as sponsorship and stuff like that, how much money you're paying out to salaries, that's operational cost, and you balance that scorecard sheet. Now, adding on 90 million per year, guaranteed, is positive for the club, but it's not enough, people, for the Glazers to stay. It's simply not enough. Why? Well, first and foremost, they need more than this per year to sort of invest in the infrastructure. That's simply not possible. The FFP is already done, and our boys in the club is doing everything to balance the scorecard sheets. Tenhag is recruiting very, very smartly, knowing also that there's something looming around the corner. There's been some reports to say that after the US tour, they're going to probably give some form of announcement of the sales update. It is the silence of the lamb at the moment, but something definitely is brewing. And we at this channel has been doing this forensic investigation for a long time, has always said that by our analysis, it does not really make sense in the middle of a transfer market to have something called a takeover announcement. Well, hang on. Well, I really want this to be announced, but really what I really want is for us to complete the transfer market, to complete Erik ten Hag's signings. And clearly we've seen that Ten Hag is getting his first choice signings across the line. Since when did you see that happening under any gaffer, under the Glazers stewardship? Never. Mourinho kicked up a fuss. He got his third choice. Ole was forced upon Donny van de Beek. It wasn't his choice. He was forced upon to take on Cristiano Ronaldo because that was a shirt seller, was a commercial value. So now you're seeing that Ten Hag is recruiting less sexy players. They are not Glazer signings. They are not. Glazers usually sign off every transfer in the chain of command of approval. That's why it's been taking so long time. You have John Murtaugh sitting there having everything in order, has to send for approval for Joe Glazer, who is the final destination, to approve. And as we know, the Glazer families are not that fast. They usually sit on the hand and say, okay, well, cannot really approve it right now. I'm on the beach eating popcorn or watching some girls in bikinis. Well, I'll get back to you in 2 weeks. And by the time they came back, the price gone up. Some other clubs are interested for their player, and that's how we ended up overpaying. Simple fact. That is a simple fact, people. So to say that Glazers will benefit from this is a fallacy. So to say that Glazers, that this is a boost for the overall evaluation is also a fallacy, because this contract with Adidas only kicks in 2025, people. So I hope this makes sense, right? Now, in terms of the financial market and situation regarding the takeover, as what we said, everything is pretty much the same. The Class B shares has been bought up by the 92 Holding Foundations. All we need to know and understand from a financial perspective is how much premium price did they buy out by fair price, and according to the Cayman Island law, which Manchester United is registered. They might be ended up on $38 per share, which hits over the 6 billion mark that they always wanted, right? The remaining is basically to purchase the 31% of the A shares, which can take time, but that doesn't mean that you have to sort of go to the New York Stock Exchange and announce it straight away. This is a period of time where you can sort of negotiate and do, and that's why some media reports are saying that they believe that the Glazers will still be at the helms for another 3 months. Well, no, actually, about the 3 months it takes to sort of convert everything from a Manchester United PLC stock exchange to actually be a private club. This is what we want. This is the studio, a private club. I really hope that this makes sense, and I really hope that this, calms you down in terms of the anxiety and all that stuff, right? If I have something to say regarding the takeover, I really come here to say with the facts, not for the clickbaits or click porn, what some people say. Hence, you haven't seen me doing a video for quite a while. But since this came up right now with the Adidas shirt sponsorship deal, I felt obliged to come and talk to you, as that is my duty as a voice of reasoning for my community, for the VR room, for everyone that's been tuning in. Guys, please stay beautiful and don't let the media spin you dizzy. This has been Mick Ruby from Mufc Realist TV. I hope you really found this information good, better, and I hope you have a fantastic weekend. Not weekend. Weekend's been, but we mean a week. Please don't forget to like and subscribe down there. You have all the buttons. Leave a comment and let me know what you think regarding this Adidas deal. Because as a community, we are here to share and care. Take it easy, people, and we should speak to you very, very soon again. That's all, folks. Thank you. Bye for now.
That's all, folks.
Thank you so much for stopping by and watching Mufc Realist TV. Don't forget to like and subscribe and follow us on the socials.